Grave men, near death, who see the blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage, against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse bless me now with your fierce tears. I pray, do not go gentle into the good night. Rage, rage, in the dying light. Dylan Thomas wrote this in 1947. It talks of death and how we can forever avoid it. Only Dylan Thomas does not let this defeat him. He wants you to fight to the bitter end. Rage, rage against the dying light. According to the CDC, there were 47,173 deaths caused by self-harm in 2017. Now you're stuck at home watching this on the computer, out of work, bills are piling up, food is scarce. It seems like we are facing our own dying light. I beg you, do not give in. Committing suicide turns you into a very real ghost. You haunt those who loved you for the rest of their lives. They will wake, eat, work, sleep, and live with a constant burning question. Why? We see this evident in a documentary called Professor Green's Suicide and Me. You see, a man named Steven Anderson lost his father to suicide. It haunts him so much that he makes a documentary just to answer the burning question of why. We found out that 2 years preceding his father's death, his father's brother had come to the same fate. This led to his father committing suicide. Then later on we meet a man whose father had killed himself. And then that man went on and tried killing himself to follow the same path. Thankfully, he did not come to this. The loss of a loved one to suicide leaves a hole in you, yet it does not have to be this way. The war is waged every day, but you can hold your ground, just like David S. Wisnia did back in the tumultuous times of the early 1940s, and during a bigger, more physical war. David spent 3 years in Auschwitz. Upon getting his tattoo on his wrist, he noticed an SS man standing above him, and this soldier had a belt buckle that read, "Gott mit uns," God is with us. David tells himself that God is not with him. David says he will outlive this man. It's a powerful thing that drives us through the hardest times, conviction. After 3 years of transporting bodies to mass graves and singing for the Germans' entertainment, he was transferred to Dachau, where he eventually escaped and met a band of tanks, joined the regiment, and fought with them until he made it to the United States. The difference between David and Stephen's stories is determined by many factors, one of which was grit. David had it, Stephen's father did not. There is a powerful TED Talks by Angela Lee Duckworth about grit. She describes it as a passion and perseverance for a very long-term goal. It is sticking to your future day in and day out. It is a mindset that will drive you to success. It is saying, I will outlive my oppressor. It is losing your father to suicide and saying that will not become me. It is watching the world be ravaged by a plague and saying, I will beat COVID-19. It will not be me. Grit will get you through this. There were 47,173 deaths to self-harm in 2017. For those who lost their battle, or the ones hit with the aftermath, I beg with you, as Dylan Thomas did those 73 years ago, do not go gentle into the good night. Thank you.